Are you in your 40s or 50s? If so, I want to tell you a dirty little secret that they don't want you to hear about. What's my dirty little secret? My dirty little secret is that if you're in your 40s and 50s, financial planning is so gosh darn easy, and you are getting charged up the yin yang for nothing. There's not that much that we can do to help you during this time if you are on your path towards retirement, because there is very little to change or consider once you get set with that path. And so you're being charged a ton of money to have your investments sit there and have your guy tell you how awesome this one fund did last year because he's pretending he had something to do with it. He didn't, but that's a really good way to justify charging you, thousands or tens of thousands of dollars a year as you're trying to work your way towards retirement. So I want to talk about the idea of what you need to think about when you're in your 40s and 50s, and then saying, okay, well, let's talk to somebody that has our best interest in mind when we're thinking about those things. And then we can probably go on our merry way for like 5 years until we have to talk to that person again, instead of paying somebody every single month a whole bunch of money for nothing. So let's talk about it. There are 6 areas to financial planning, and everybody always worries about the first one, which is asset management. So the first thing that you need to look at is how much are you paying and what are you getting for that? You're probably paying a lot of money unless you're, following along and reading and whatever, and you've gone to Questrade or Wealthsimple or somewhere else, or you're self-managing your own ETF portfolio because you've listened to somebody. Great and good for you. That should be very beneficial in the long term. The only thing that you really need to talk to somebody about as far as asset management is concerned is if you want to make some sort of gamble and somebody came to you with a hot stock tip or a hot crypto tip or a hot investment opportunity, and maybe you need somebody to bounce that idea off that doesn't have that emotional connection to that thing that you do. So investing is only hard because it gets really emotional. So if you're an emotional person that needs help, then maybe you do need our help with investing over the long term, because you're going to make mistakes, and the value comes in of having somebody that is like, don't make that mistake, because that is a stupid idea. You also have to find your proper risk tolerance. Other than that, it's really easy. Investing is really easy. If you're 40, you've got 20, 25 years to just be investing and letting the market do its thing and grow to retirement. As far as retirement planning is concerned in your 40s and 50s, it is super easy too. Because what you need to do is say, okay, well, what are my goals? Okay, what do we want to achieve? And what is life going to look like when we retire at X age compared to the age you are today? Are you going to be mortgage free? Are your kids going to be out of the house? Are you going to downsize? Do you want to have a cabin? How much do you want to travel? What are your goals and how much are they going to cost in today's dollars? All right. Now, can you achieve those goals? I don't know, but you might need to change your savings habits or your investing habits if you can't achieve your goals. So you're either going to be on track, ahead of pace, or well behind. Either way, it's still easy to discuss and say, okay, well, we need to find more money to invest here or here. We need to reduce your fees. We need to invest maybe with a little bit more risk over 25 years because you've got a long time horizon. And then when it gets to retirement, you're going to have how many sources of income? CPP, OAS, maybe some pension plans, old LIRA plans, whatever that might be. Okay, we're going to take those into account and then say, on top of that, how much do you need in personal money to hit your goals? And we can give you a little path to go on to say, save this much into this account and you should achieve it. Let's check again in 5 years to see if you're still on track, unless something big or major changes. The tax planning when you're working as a salaried employee is easy as hell. There's not that much that you can save money on. Basically, it's like RSPs, TFSAs, couple little tricks here or there. Take me 5 minutes to teach you those tricks, and then you can go on your merry way and say, sweet, that's awesome, save some money on taxes, good for me, that's amazing. I'm not listening to my crazy drunk uncle that tells me RSPs are a scam and Trudeau's ripping me off all the time. You may or may not at this point in time in your life have insurance needs. That's where risk management comes in. If you cannot afford to retire, if your family is requiring your income to survive, if you need your income to survive, whatever that might be, and you don't have good group benefits, then you need to put into place a risk management strategy or structure by utilizing insurance. This can be crazy expensive if you talk to an insurance agent that is not dealing with you as a financial planning customer, but dealing with you as an insurance agent wanting to sell you a product. What you need to look at first is your need, okay? Now there are a number of products that can fill that need, but based on your plan and your need and your budget, there's always going to be a risk management structure that can fit within your budget and work for your situation. Life insurance is very inexpensive for almost everybody, and it's something that a lot of people need that they don't have. Estate planning at this point in your life is super easy. Make sure you get a will. Make sure you get a power of attorney. Make sure you get a personal directive. And if you have children, make sure that you pick good guardians for your children and find the proper executor for your estate. You can set these things up at Willful. We can even put the link, our Willful link that gives you 15 or something % discount to do an online will. And as far as I've been told, this is doing a really good job compared to like will kits. If you've got a more complex situation, go and talk to a lawyer. You've got business interests, real estate holdings, something like that, sure. But get that estate plan in place. It should be good and run well for another 20 years, and pick your proper beneficiaries on your registered accounts and pension plans. And the hardest part of planning in your 40s or 50s is cash flow management if you are in financial trouble, debt trouble, whatever. You're going to need a structure to find a way to get out of that, maybe a little bit of a cheerleader to help you get out of that. I am not good at being that cheerleader, getting people out of that. I'm also not good at being the person that's like, make sure you save more, because I want my clients to be able to live. So sometimes I'm like, yeah, you're fine, whatever, just save that much, go and live your life, because I want you to. But cash flow management can be sort of a stick in the mud there. That's where planning is actually a little bit more difficult, because you're going to have to follow steps that suck, right? It's not fun. Getting out of debt is not fun, but once you're out, once you've built those things, you will have the strength to be able to achieve your goals. So all I'm saying is, you don't need somebody that you're paying on a monthly basis all the time to manage your assets and not give you advice. You need just a simple plan in your 40s and 50s and check in on it every few years and make sure you're still good to go, and you should be great. So if that's you, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We'll chat soon. Cheers.